Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be looking at electron affinity. We're going to continue our series of periodic trends. So what I have here is I've got fluorine, and fluorine, remember, it's got 7 outer electrons. It really wants to pick up one more electron from somewhere to get this full outer level so it becomes stable. Now, it has a high desire for electrons. I think of that as electron affinity. If you have affinity for something, you like it. So fluorine has a high affinity for electrons, or high electron affinity. Now what happens is when you pick up these electrons, you can see here, I might as well have fluorine here. When fluorine picks up an electron, so fluorine plus electron, it's going to become an anion. But look what happens. A little bit of energy is given off when it absorbs that electron. So this is opposite of ionization energy, where we had energy on the other side of the equation. So we're absorbing the electron. So be careful on test questions when you're looking at these equations. So who has a high electron affinity? Well, think about it. The highest electron affinity is going to be an atom that needs only one more electron. It's so close to having a full outer level. It only needs one electron. So that's going to be elements in group 17, the halogens. Well, how about the noble gases? Well, the noble gases, they're already full. They have a full outer level. Why would they react? So they have no affinity for electrons. There's no desire for them to pick up more electrons. So when you're looking at electron affinity, you have to be careful. Noble gases have no electron affinity, or very, very low electron affinity. Now, what happens as you're going across? As you're closer and closer and closer to a full outer orbital, you have a higher and higher desire for electrons. So you have a higher electron affinity. So it increases going across. Now the other thing is, what about this pattern here? The electron affinity increases going upwards. Well, the closer the outer orbital is to the nucleus, the more attraction there is for electrons. So you're going to see here that fluorine has a little bit more attraction for the outer electrons than chlorine does, just because of the proximity. So chlorine, the orbitals are a little bit further away. So the highest electron affinity is going to be fluorine. The lowest would be way down here, and that'll be francium. We'll see in a little bit later on. Okay, so that's it for electron affinity. So remember, noble gases, no electron affinity. The closer you are to a full outer orbital, the higher it is.